Merry Meet YouTubers, this is Lady Grave Dancer, and I am Tuesday's host here on Witches of the Moon. Excuse the dog barking in the background, that's my mom's dog. He's outside and I'm burning some coal, so I have my window kind of open, so, you know, anyways. Back to what we were talking about. This week's topic is on Mojo bags, spell bottles, and sachets. I want to start with the Mojo bag and the sachet. For me, there is no real difference in between the two. It's basically a spell in a bag. You could do it as a spell in the bag. In my family, we've used sachets or Mojo bags, however you want to refer to them. We've used them as poppets or doll babies or voodoo dolls, whatever it is that you call them. I'm not going to tell you what you're supposed to call them, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. For many different things, and to me they are exactly the same. But that again is just my opinion. Now today I actually had to make a sachet for my son who was not feeling well, so I actually wanted to do that on camera, so I pulled out some stuff and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, do that on camera for you guys. And I pulled out a bottle. I don't actually have one in progress right now, so I really don't have one that I can show. But basically a bottle, for instance, this is a heart shape, so I guess the best idea for this would be to use it for a love spell. But it doesn't have to be the type of love spell that brings you a man or makes your husband love you more. It can be the love spell that keeps the bond in the family strong. And basically what a spell bottle is like, it's a witch's bottle. I mean, there's so many different references to these things, but they come out to be the same thing. And it's a spell in a bottle. You work those energies to make what you put in this bottle do what you want it to do, whether it be a spell on someone else or even just protection, and you set this at your front door. It's pretty much all that is to that. And I don't actually have one in progress right now, so I don't have one to show. But I know Lisa the Pagan had one that she showed yesterday, and I'm sure throughout the week there will be some more. If not, then later on I can do one on my personal channel. So, now back to what we're doing. I like to use black because for me black is purifying. That just is what works for me. Black is all the colors together and it absorbs energy and gives energy. And I am wanting this sachet to absorb the negative energy that is making my son not feel well. And I'm also going to be using a black candle. Anytime I'm doing any kind of spell work, I always use a small black candle to the side as a filter. So I'm going to go ahead and light that up. I have that going. And first thing I'm going to do is to enchant this bag to do what I need it to do. And when I say enchant, I'm pushing the intention of this bag being a filter of some sort to absorb the sickness from my son. Okay. And next what I want to do is hold my hands over all my herbs that I'm going to be doing and do the same thing that I just did with the sachet. And I mean, they already have healing properties themselves, but since he's not going to ingest these, then I need to push my intent into it for what I want it to do. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to tell you what I have here. I have lemongrass, chamomile, peppermint. This rose, because I dry out my own roses, this rose is going to represent my mother's love, like my heart and things like that. This is going to be like his portable nurse. This is kind of like mother's love being pushed into the sachet. Now cloves have been used in my family for making sickness stop, going to a halt. Or get any stronger than it already is. So that's why I'm going to be using cloves. And that way he doesn't get any sicker. And the rest of the herbs will do the job to help him feel better. So now basically these are just a pinch of everything. And that's all that I'm going to be putting in here. So first of all I'm going to do a pinch of lemongrass. A pinch of chamomile. And there's no particular order. And you can use any herbs that you feel right about. A pinch of peppermint. And a pinch of clove. And I actually want to add all those cloves in there because the pinch I used earlier was bigger. Okay. And then added Mom's heart into the bag to be his nurse, to make him feel better and keep away anything that's making him sick, to get rid of the icky. Mama's heart. And then last but not least, I am going to add a piece of rose quartz. Always keep small rose quartz around. I picked it up with my nail. So that way that I can use, well, small pieces of pretty much all the stones. Amethyst, tiger's eye, quartz, rose quartz, turquoise, pretty much all the stones you can think of. I keep little pieces of them around, and I'm going to put that in there because rose quartz definitely represents love and healing, so that's definitely what we want to do. Okay, and now I'm going to seal that up, or tie it, and I'm going to tie it into 2 knots. So, okay, so I'm going to tie this into 2 knots, and as I'm tying, I'm sealing in, I'm pushing in that intent of healing and making him feel better. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold it in my hand and push in some more intent. Now this exact same spell that's in here you can put into a witch's bottle or a spell bottle. You can do the exact same thing and add it in there and put oil or leave it dry even. You don't have to add liquid to these bottles. So, at least we don't in my family. You don't have to. Okay, now the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move the rest of these herbs to the side. This I'll just put aside, and since I have a coal disc burning, I'll probably just burn that onto a coal disc tonight. It'll make a lovely smell with the lemongrass and all that good stuff. Last thing I'm going to do is add some of this black wax from the candle to seal the bottle. I mean to seal the bottle. To seal the sachet right around the top. All the way around. Now if your candle goes out before you're done putting it together, just light you another one. I usually have a big black one that I use for sealing only, so it gets used over and over again. Okay, then I'm going to put this back over here. Actually, I'm going to set it here. And I'm just going to let this sit with the candle until the candle's finished burning, and then I will go and hang this over my son's head where his bed is, and that's where I will leave it until he feels better. After he feels better and it all goes away, then I will take this and dispose of it in the creek down the street from here so I can just wash it away. That's pretty much all I got for this week's topic. You know, I always want to add before I finish any video, all spell work, everything that you see, make sure you turn it and make it your own whenever it's done. You don't have to have every single thing that we have in our spells to make yours work. A mother's love, there is nothing that can conquer a mother's love, I promise you that. So you can put in an old sock in that bag and it'd be your son's sock he wore yesterday, and it'll be the same thing. It'll work out just fine. It's your intention that you put into it, and that goes for the bottles and everything. Always make it your own, and you know, don't feel like you're doing it wrong just because someone else isn't doing it that way. What you put into it and your intention you put into it is what makes it your spell, your magic. Alright guys, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week. And don't forget to go check out my channel at Lady Grave Dancer. Alright guys, as always, blessed be.